So who am I? I am somebody of great significance. I know I just look like a little squeamy worm. But I'm more than that. I am more than what you think. Because I am somebody of significance. Imagine being paralyzed, but you still have to somehow go through your day. Imagine holding on to something so powerful, so deep. Nobody knows but you. Nobody knows the truth but you. But me. Why do I know the truth? Why do I know so much more than you? It's because of what happened to me. And what happened to me is of great significance. I can't stress it enough. That just based on what happened to me and what I'm connected to and what I know, that I am one of the most important people in world history. So how does that make me feel? And you don't even know who I am. It's because I am connected to something with very deep roots. Roots so deep that reach so far, up and beyond, but down below. It goes both ways, because I'm tied to a history that involves people, and I am tied to concepts that involve ideas. So I have to express both sides, both ways. How was it done? And how was it possible? It's because the people who change history are not always given credit. Those who change the world are often the ones that are not recognized. And there's those who have not been recognized fully. So this is an obligation of mine and a personal responsibility that I have to finally face. Because it's been this long. Imagine being a child and being told all this information. So I'm going to go to the beginning. And it doesn't start with Helena Blavatsky and the Theosophical Society, but it starts with the Russian Civil War, of the Reds versus the Whites. And out of that conflict, with the Romanov dynasty being kicked off, and the Reds taking over Russia and making it a communist country, the Soviet Union. The Bolsheviks versus the White Army. This is a battle that I was part of. Why? Because I know Dora. Dora Kunz, as a little girl, she was conscripted on the white side. The side against the Red Army, against communism. So this movement to stop communism, it started already in World War I in the Russian Civil War. And so the whites lost, and so they went abroad, and Thule Society was created during this conflict. And Dora Kunz, against her will, along with Fritz Kunz, they were conscripted into Thule Society. And so this is a very important point to understand, that Dora was only a little girl when she met Hitler. I know Dora. So as a child, imagine how I felt that I knew someone who knew Hitler. Imagine how I felt. It was so scary. So scary. How can it be that we didn't fully investigate this? And we can clearly see Dora Kunz is on Thule Society. It doesn't add up. Okay, so we must understand what happened during the Russian Civil War and really trace it back to Harbin, Manchuria, because that was the center for the Nazis. Yes? That is where Nazi swastika insignia was first used before it was in Germany in regards to Germans as Nazified. You see? Because the Theosophical Society used the swastika. So Dora Kunz was familiar with this imagery based on her being born in the society. So Dora Kunz, being born in the Theosophical Society, she already had access to the underground secret society network. So the point is to understand that Dora infiltrated the United States government. It meant that she had to strike a balance of not being discovered. That she had to somehow play a position of allowing the Nazis to advance on American soil through an internalized coup, while still being the puppet master for Manchuria and the human experimentations that took place. Harbin was the center for the Nazis and for the center of experimentation, and that is where MKUltra was born from. MKUltra stands for Manchu Kamo. Why do I know that? Because I know the person that's responsible for creating MKUltra. I know Dora Kunz. So I know one of the most powerful people in world history that was not recognized. Dora Kunz is the missing link between World War II ending and MKUltra being on American soil. That part of this deal of ending the war was that Nazi scientists and Japanese scientists and people with specialized knowledge were allowed transfer. And Dora Kunz was the one who oversaw that transfer and the funds given to those people. Operation Paperclip. That is because of Dora. Dora is the mastermind behind all of this. That even she would make people her own subjects through a process of brainwashing. This is somebody with very special abilities, and very great power, and very expansive reach during her lifetime. That she was of tremendous influence, that she is perhaps the most powerful person in world history, because the most powerful person is the one you do not know. It's the name you do not know. It's the name in the shadows. So I'm here to come forward to tell you that as a child, I was kidnapped because the Theosophical Society was looking for a Jewish boy to steal. And they targeted me. And they told me this information. So the difficulty of it is that theosophy is not all bad. However, it self-empowers individuals that they can become corrupt, and that is the problem also. So you must understand that it is a double-edged sword, and it's something that can only be understood with great contemplation and consideration, that it is something that is connected to history, but it is not without its stains and scars. So, I'm breaking out of my shell by telling you of this, that I knew someone part of Thule Society, and her name was Dora. Dora Kunz is Dora Kunza. It's a code name uniting Fritz Kunz and Dora Kunz because this was an arranged marriage, because these were already children who were being groomed. They were being groomed, and they were being led and told what to do. It's unfortunate, but I have to stand strong now and come forward with the truth, that this is so connected to history that no one would come up with this just out of thin air, that this is real. So please see that I am a survivor of something very serious, and that I am brave and strong, and that I have a song to sing to you someday that will show you of the journey that I had to do out of the shadows.